Hello, wonderful people. Arina Hiva here from Dubai. And today is our fourth giveaway round, giving away more Bitcoin, more Emirex tokens to our wonderful community.
Hi, guys.
So before we start, as always, we're going to cover a few news that have been quite prominent over the last couple of weeks. And I will ask Grigori for his opinion on that. Let's see what predictions we're going to get for the next couple of weeks. So the first of all, I guess the most exciting one is that the crypto markets are lifting. Over the last 24 hours, $13 billion were added to cryptocurrency market caps. But interestingly, Bitcoin dominance has been the lowest one over the last 7 months, which means altcoins are rising in prices and in dominance. Grigori, what do you think about that? What do you think about Bitcoin losing the, Bitcoin dominance is decreasing and altcoins are rising?
If you look at any graph for volatility, and there is a volatility for the share of the market, and we noticed for the last 1 year the dominance of altcoins went down, and so-called weak hands were selling altcoins. Now, when there is a positive trend on the market, the smart people who were buying altcoins when they were at the lowest prices, they still keep it, but like the people who sold them, they start to buying it. That's why it's growing. And of course, this will continue for a while until the margin of those who bought altcoins cheap, until they get the profit. And then, the dominance of Bitcoin will grow again. And then it will change all the time. It will be like a wave, Bitcoin, altcoins, Bitcoin, altcoin. This is the way how people speculate, and this is the way how people earn money.
So you think that's the speculators and the traders are moving the markets? You don't think there's something systemic happening? You think it's just, we've seen these waves up and down over the last, 4 or 5 years, and we will continue seeing that?
There are different things. There is a global trend, but like within global trend, there is a dynamics. There is a dynamics split between Bitcoin and altcoins. And of course, there is no secret. There are people who are speculating on this. And the speculation happens because the market is growing. There is a more and more people coming, and there is more organic buyers coming, and there is a more demand is being created. You cannot move markets and speculate if new people are not coming. So there are new people are coming, and that's why this is speculation is flourishing, and this is inevitable situation for the growing and the fast-growing markets which are not yet stable, like USD dollar or euro, for example.
And what's the consequence of that for Emirex token, for our own token? Do you see that as a bullish trend? Do you see that as a bearish trend? What do you see? How are we going to weather?
I cannot do prediction how people will but I have my thoughts on it. Most of the coins are speculative, and when you move a speculative token, not most, but many of tokens, you move speculative tokens, you move it by creating, how to say, a fake demand and pushing the coin up, and it brings attention to the bots and to the people, and these people starting to buy. and it goes up. So this is more like pump and dump game for many coins and the people using it. We don't like speculate with a coin, right? So we have fixed amount of supply which we declared. We declared amount of tokens we sold on IO. We declared amount of tokens we sold on pre-sale round. So and actually, like most of our tokens who are early investors or the ones are bought on IO, which are still locked, right? They're long-term holders. So there is no crazy markets, and there are no too many people who are holding our tokens to do like this kind of speculation. And at the same time, we don't do it. So having said that, we don't expect this like pumps and dumps, because there is no like physical evidence for this to be happen. At the same time, we are seeing that is constant demand, and our token is growing. I can now, like before this, it was growing faster than Bitcoin. Now, like the Bitcoin is rallying. I don't know, like what would be the faster, the growth of our token or Bitcoin, but in any way, there is a trend of token growth, and there is a trend of increasing demand. So I cannot tell you definitely what will happen, but I can say you that I don't see fact base for pump and dump.
Okay, so predictions are hard, especially about the future. And to summarize, without being too optimistic, we're quite bullish on our token. Another thing that I really enjoyed reading the other day is the head of blockchain for World Economic Forum, in his recent interview, stated that tokenization to venture capital is what eBay to e-commerce. Basically, in the early days of internet, we could have never imagined that you can order food, you can order taxi, and you can buy your shoes online, right? Because the internet was not ever designed for those activities. There was a trust issue. How can I order shoes online? That's just mental. Okay, I can send an email. But what he was saying is that tokenization for entrepreneurs is a real way to access capital, and it's an alternative to venture capital or existing other funding methods like going to the bank, borrowing the money. What do you think about that? Where will tokenization of assets or tokenization as a means of capital formation, what are we going to see in 2020?
I mean, we already have this crowdfunding platforms, a lot of crowdfunding platforms, especially in US. I mean, I would say not a lot of, but like there is still a good presence of them. And if you look at this tokenization, this is kind of like any exchange could become a crowdfunding platform, or any product, they don't need to go to crowdfunding through the difficult process. And also most of these companies, they need to they promise the product in return. Now it becomes much more easier. So if you have your product, you issue your tokens, you have guarantee for these tokens, and then you are available for the market. So it's become much more easier. The problem here still, I see, this is who will be underwriter. I mean, who will be guarantee who will guarantee that the company will not disappear, or the new tokens will be issued and diluted others, or these kind of things. But at the same time, more and more most of the IOs who in 2017-16 who collected a lot of money and ran away, they never thought that they will be sued, or they never thought that somebody would chase them, but like it happens. And because of this regulation, because of this like control, this will become possible, and these risks will be mitigated, and for the broader community, this crowdfunding through the tokenization will be available.
You were breaking up a lot there. I hope the recording will be better, but basically where I'm driving it to, right? Our Emirex tokenization advisory is launching next week. We have, over the last couple of years, we have carried out a few pilot projects tokenizing commodities, and we're now, and we've done it very selectively for a few very selective clients, because we wanted to see, I mean, the regulations are not clear, the structuring wasn't very clear. So we've done a few small pilots for selective clients. So now we're rolling out Emirex advisory for a wider audience to be able to take advantage of tokenization as a capital formation exercise. And we are focusing on the commodity sector specifically. Why commodity sector? Because, you know, that's my background. I spent over 15 years in the oil and gas and the mining sector, and Grigori spent few good years with Accenture and other management consulting firms digitizing the mining sector. So that's something that we really know, and let us focus on something that we know, right? Why focusing on tokenizing everything under the moon if we can only focus on one sector? And that sector is $20 trillion per year. So we have $20 trillion to tokenize. I think that's plenty. I mean, we'll be tokenizing till our retirement. So, do you have anything else to add? Any other news that has happened over the last couple of weeks?
Maybe you can give an example for those who are listening to us. For example, the company with the gold want to tokenize itself and want to get the capital. What they would do? Maybe give example how they will be, where they will be listed on NASDAQ.
Oh, you mean the
exchange? Yeah, so that people can
the
like
process.
Yeah.
So there's so many ways to skin a cat, and those in finance, banking, M&A, and legal sectors will know that an M&A transaction can be structured in so many different ways. And those who have been busy securitizing assets, they know that there's so many ways to securitize an asset, or so many ways to structure a deal. So let's take a very sort of boring, plain example. There's a mining company with proven reserves, and there are all sorts of reports proving those reserves. And the company, let's say, raised some capital for exploratory work. So they've drilled explorational wells, and they have managed to prove the reserves. That is actually, 20 tons of gold under the ground. So what do they now need to do? Now they need to raise capital to actually bring that gold to the market, right? Produce it, mint it, and sell at the market. What can they do? They can go to private investors and raise capital privately. They can go to banks and to borrow money, like some sort of like a project financing from the banks, but good luck doing that. Banks have not been banking mining sector for over 20 years. That's why over the last 20 years, we haven't had a single silver mine coming on stream. The only silver being produced now is a byproduct of gold production. So that's actually quite worrisome, because silver is used in medicine and in computers and in other sort of like batteries, you know, solar batteries. So back to our gold mine. They need to raise capital to bring that gold to production. What can they do? They can structure an offering where the purchases of tokens, let's say, you know, they can crowd fund that gold which they haven't produced yet. And what you're buying that gold as a part of the crowd, so the crowdfunding concept, and in return you receive a token. Now, if you look at the structuring can be structured as when we bring that gold to the market and we sell it, you will receive a certain percentage of price above the price that it got sold, or sorry, you bought the tokens at the discount, let's say a 20% discount, because you've believed in us and you've taken the risk. But when we sell at market prices, you immediately realize that 20% margin. 20% is just any figure, right? So think about that. You're basically buying a product which is yet to be produced and yet to be sold on the market, and it's quite quick to bring a mine to production. So you can, let's say, realize 20 to 25, 30% return over, let's say, a period of 12 months. And we can do that with diamond mines and rare earth commodities. We can do that with also alternative energy sources. For example, a project wishes to build a wind farm or solar farm. It needs to be financed. So you can tokenize a future unit of energy that is produced, and you can sell it at a discount now to a crowd of investors. So what is this crowdfunding platform in the US? It's very popular. Indiegogo or something like that. So an entrepreneur comes. Sorry.
Yeah, Indiegogo.
Yeah, so entrepreneur comes up with a product, you know, I have this amazing glass, purchase it now, so give me money now, and then for this amount of money, I go and produce all the glasses in the world, and I'll deliver those glasses to you. But the beauty of tokenization is, once an asset is tokenized, it can be immediately listed on an exchange, and a secondary trading can be immediately available. So think about tokenization of a commodity sector as a mini IPO on blockchain. So you immediately can trade an asset. If I pre-purchased a glass or I crowdfunded a startup, there is no secondary markets. I cannot sell it to somebody else. I have to physically walk around and say, you know, would you like to buy this off my hands, because I need money for some other purposes, for example. So that's the beauty of tokenization. Think about it as a mini IPO on blockchain. Why I'm saying mini IPO? Because if you're raising, I don't know, $300 million, do a proper IPO. It might take you much longer, but you have an access to a much larger investor capital. So that's basically in brief what we are at Emirex Advisory are planning for 2020. It's quite exciting. We have several mining companies lined up, several alternative energy companies lined up. We're doing due diligence now, and it's I'm quite excited.
Very nice and very interesting explanation how it will work. Should we move to our giveaway now?
Yes, I will announce what are we giving away today. Let me bring this up, 1 second. So today we are giving away 15 prizes. And for some reason, they are not listed where I thought they would be listed. So just hold on 1 second, don't go anywhere. Yes, here it is. So we're giving away 15 prizes today. 6 prizes of $1,500 worth of Bitcoin and Emirex tokens. 3 prizes worth of $500 in burn tokens. And 6 prizes, each worth $1,500 in TFT tokens. That's Threefold Project that is a partner of ours, as well as Burn Project. That's a partner of ours participating in giveaway. And today we signed up another partner, and we will announce increase in the giveaway pool. It's quite exciting. They have decided to come in quite big, which is amazing, and they have a large community who is very interested to participate. And our community, of course, will have a great advantage of that. So 15 prizes giving away today. Grigory, are you ready with the smart contract execution?
So yes, I will show now the smart contract. I will switch to my screen and show how the draw will work.
We see that all transactions has been finished. We have been waiting there for 2 days or even more. For example, for this transaction, it took 1 day to complete it, but has been deleted, and I have been recreated them from scratch. And what I did, I put it higher fees, not significantly higher, but it gave significantly different result. And now if we go to our contract and read our contract, we can see that we updated. Yeah, we can see all our tickets uploaded here. Now we will do our draw. This I did a trial with just only several second tickets. So now we will do a draw. We connect the smart contract to the MetaMask, and we select 15 tickets, and we do a draw. We do write smart contract. Okay. MetaMask decided to make a surprise for us. Let's put gas 2. So it means that it will make a transaction quite fast. So now we'll see what happened to the transaction. Is being processed. So the estimation is 31 seconds, 15 seconds passed. So I hope that it will take a few seconds for transaction to be completed. Of course, as usual, estimation of the Ethereum didn't work. Let's wait maybe 15 seconds, whatever. And then if this doesn't work, then we will add more gas. for the transaction. Let's do this. That's a problem because this time you saw that it gave us like 31 seconds estimation, and we paid as per advice. And then last time when we had this delay for 2 days, 2 and 3 days, there was the same situation. The MetaMask calculated the price and gave me estimation that it will be done within 5 minutes. Unfortunately, the estimation of MetaMask was wrong. And instead of, okay, I just wanted to speed up the transaction, but it has been completed. So no need to speed up. The transaction has been confirmed. And what we do, we update the screen. Go to the read contract. And here we have our 15 winners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Everything is right. Here are our winners. And this is official result of our draw, which should have been happened on 6, but now we do it when the transaction went through. Congratulations to those who won, and see you in 2 weeks.